Hi, my name is Bente, I'm the Norse Witch, and today let's talk a little bit about my recent favorites, because I haven't done a favorites video in ages. But first of all, let's have a little Patron shoutout. I should basically do two because of the last video I filmed, which was the first Q&A, and completely forgot to film it. I'm sorry. So, thank you really much to Tiffany, Amy, Rhiannon, Dario, Colette, Soren, Diego, Bethany, Tel, Timothy, Bjorn, Scylla, Ash, Lorna, Lucy, and Joss. And now let us talk about my favorites. Today I realized that I haven't filmed a favorites video, I think in 4 months or something like that. So we have 3 to 4 months to catch up, but not that much has happened, to be quite honest. So let's jump right into it. Let's start with the physical favorites, because there's only 2. Actually, I got a fuck ton of books, but I haven't come around to reading a lot of them yet. So I can't really talk about them yet, but I have one that I can talk about, and that is The Viking Way by Neil Price. I have wanted this book for ages. It was on my wish list for ages because it's quite expensive, as it is mostly with like archaeology books and stuff like that, and this one is an archaeology book. It's huge. I'm maybe halfway through now because it takes me ages to read it. As a non-native English speaker, it's not the easiest read because, yeah, it's an archaeology book. It's not a lot of fluff, it's just a lot of facts. So it takes me ages to read it, but it's so good. If you are interested in like the magic and like the mindset during the Viking Age, oh my god, it's amazing. It's just amazing. Like, get this book. I know it's not cheap, but maybe you can snag it secondhand or something, and then it won't be as expensive, but I wholly recommend it. If you can get it, definitely get it. It's so good. So good. And the second physical thing is actually this necklace. I think I talked about it in another video already. I went to Copenhagen with my sister, and we went to a museum, and they had a lot of recreations of original archaeological finds from, for example, the Viking Age. And yeah, I wanted to get something and I didn't really know what to get. And they had so many amazing pieces. They had stuff made from gold, from silver, from brass, from bronze, everything. And also a lot of really beautiful but also really expensive stuff. So I didn't really have the money to get a very expensive recreational piece. Maybe I will go back at some point and hopefully I will have more money. But yeah, I got this one. It is a recreational piece from an original find, and I love it so much. It's pretty cheap. I think it's made from tin or something like that, but I love it. I love it so much. I wear it every single day, and I only take it off when I go to showering. I even sleep with this on because it's like so snug that it's not a problem sleeping with it. Every time I want to kind of connect quickly to my ancestors, to my deities, to the gods in general, I will just take my Thor's hammer necklace into my hands and feel the connection. And I really love doing that. I sometimes even fall asleep like this, which probably looks pretty weird, but still. So yeah, these were my favorite physical things. But now let's talk about non-physical things, which are a lot more. So let's start with the one that I already talked about. The Copenhagen trip in general was great, I loved it. But especially our visit at the National Museum of Denmark. They had, I was so lucky. When we went there, there was a special exhibition about the Viking Age. Oh my god. I didn't want to leave. It was so amazing. They even had a little short film about, I think, Bjorn Ironside. And it was amazing. It was amazing. If you're interested in the stuff I saw, I also posted a photo dump on my Instagram. And yeah, it was just It was just amazing. I felt so connected to the gods, to my ancestors, because I think I mentioned it in a video already, I don't know. I have quite a lot of Scandinavian ancestry, especially from Denmark and Sweden. I actually have apparently 0% German ancestry. Interesting, don't know how that works. But yeah, it was just amazing and I didn't want to leave. And I'm kind of sad that even if I go back there again, there won't be the same special Viking exhibition. But who knows, maybe there will be something else that I will find great. So yeah, that was definitely one of the best things that has happened in the last months. Another thing that was magically quite important in the past months was that I kind of wanted to, for the year 2022, I kind of wanted to have a more scientific approach towards spell work. So I thought about like casting one candle spell a month and to kind of figure out what is exactly the ingredient in the spells that makes it work great. So I kind of cast a normal money candle spell that I would usually cast in the first month, and then I wanted to kind of start in the second month with just a candle, nothing else, and then just build it up and then see when it starts working the best. I kind of had to take a break last month because of COVID, but I will definitely start this month again. Also making magical oils. I really got into making magical oils. I love it. It's so fun. I also had quite a lot of interactions with Odin the past few months. Beforehand, I kind of felt like he wasn't really there anymore. It was kind of sad. So I even reached out to him and I was like, knock knock, you still there? Because I felt like he wasn't there anymore. I mean, I know that from Odin, that he usually like disappears and then he just pops in and says, here, I want you to do this. And then he's like, bye, see you in a couple of months. I've known that already, but I always kind of feel like maybe he's gone for good now, but he's not. So that's good. And yeah, we had quite some really nice interactions. That's also why I'm making videos on the runes right now, because that is something he wanted me to do. I'm just glad he's not gone. Something more recent that happened was that I attended an online event, Horticulture, which was all about like green magic. And this year was also a lot about fungi, which I found really interesting. I've never thought about using fungi in magic before. And yeah, what can I say? It was just amazing. There were so many amazing authors there. For example, Ivo Dominguez Jr. was there, Amy Blackthorne was there, Erin Murphy Hiscock was there. I mean, it was organized by Devin Hunter, which already great. Matt Oren attended it. It was really fun. We could kind of chat in the live chats during the talks. It was amazing. I loved it so much and it was so just inspiring, and it kind of flipped my thoughts about working with plants. Now I'm just in general extremely excited about getting more into working with plants and especially with plant spirits. And I'm kind of switching up, the thoughts that I have about working with herbs and with plants and stuff. The past few months, I mean, of course it's spring, so of course it would be like that, but the past few months were like full of connecting to plants and going outside and seeing what grows outside, which flowers are blooming at the moment, foraging a little bit. For example, I found wild violets nearby. That was amazing. I never saw wild violets around. I'm just really in love with going outside and just seeing what's growing at the moment, and especially what's really abundant in which times, and foraging a little bit and finding out what I can work for with the plants. Also, something really, really cool happened that I'm really excited about. I kind of added more entries to my psychic dictionary, as I call it. When you go through your witchy path, you will kind of notice that there are some ways in which you just perceive energies and entities and stuff like that. And you will find out more and more ways in which you feel them or see them or whatever. Like seeing images, for example, could be one thing for you, or for me it's like physically feeling energies. And I recently found out that there are two ways in which I perceive energies or like energetic changes or entities that I always thought were completely normal. I always thought these things happened to everyone and that there were just weird things that my body did, but apparently they're not. And I talked to some people about it and they also confirmed that, and it was like, whoa, that like changed my whole outlook on my life. Like one thing, for example, that's like the more major thing for me is that sometimes I feel like the earth is shaking. I just feel like there's an earthquake and I'm like, woo! But there's actually nothing happening. It's just my brain telling me that something is going on. And when I feel that while I'm walking, I even like tremble and stuff like that because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Apparently now I know what is going on. It's energies that's going on. And yeah, I always thought that everyone experienced that, but apparently that's not true. So that was really, really cool to find out. Something else I'm extremely excited about is that I'm just getting more and more creative again. In general, that just came through my work for my shop because I'm doing a lot of creative stuff for my shop. But it's getting more and more, and I also got back into working on my new grimoire, which I started months ago, but then kind of stopped, as I do. And I kind of got back into that, which was really nice. The binder is complete now, which is really, really cool. And I even also added 2 or 3 pages already, and I found out like how I want to have the pages design-wise and stuff like that, so it's not too elaborate that I just don't work on it, but also not too simple. I kind of wanted a good balance, and I think I found the balance now. I assembled all the like loose notebook entries that I still had lying around that I still have to kind of add to my grimoire because there's a lot. It's like this thick. I have so much stuff that I have to still like work through and add to my grimoire, but now I just have to transfer everything from my old grimoire and my new one. But I'm excited about that because it's a creative process and I just love working more creatively again. And apart from that, I also got back into embroidery, which is really exciting because I'm also embroidering stuff for my shop. For example, at the moment I am embroidering a big Wegvisir, which is really fun. I just love, for example, at the moment I love just watching Gilmore Girls and doing embroidery like a grandma, but I love it. And also I'm, for example, wood burning a lot of tarot boxes, and that's really fun. Yesterday I finished one and I'm really excited about that. Also, of course, since it's spring, I started my herb garden again and everything is sprouting so well. Apart from lavender, I've never gotten lavender to sprout. Never. I've tried it for 3 years now and it never worked. So I guess I will probably just get a lavender plant and then care for it. But it's kind of sad. I've gotten everything else to sprout. I think I have rosemary, thyme, basil, sage, of course, mint, peppermint. I think that's it. And I will also plant some mugwort. I got some mugwort seeds and I'm really excited because I want to work closer with the spirit of mugwort, and just having a living plant at home will be much easier than working with a dried, cut up plant. And the last thing, actually, I'm back on TikTok. Woo! Woo! I didn't expect to come back to TikTok, but I did. I actually started with just a small TikTok for my shop because I thought, why not? But now I'm back with my Norse Witch account too, and it's just really fun. And I'm thinking like, I will just post whenever I feel like it. I won't stress myself out about it if I don't post, and I won't read the comments. Because I know already that if one post will get viral, that I will get a shit ton of hate comments and stuff like that, so I just won't read them. But the small amount of posts that I have posted already, they haven't really gotten much reach, so nothing really happened. So it's still very fun. I hope that it will stay fun. Yeah, and that is everything that basically happened in the last like 3 to 4 months for me, and everything that I just loved and wanted to share with you. Feel free to also share your experiences in the comments because this is a community and I just love reading your comments. So yeah, if you want to, tell me a little bit about what has happened in the past few months for you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and maybe follow me on Instagram or check out my online shop or my TikTok. Or maybe even consider becoming my patron. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!